What's going on, guys? This video is actually covering my article that I wrote on my blog, which is furufinance.com. If you haven't read it, please go there and check it out. Give it a like, give me a comment, say something nice or not nice based on your judgment. This is covering as to whether or not the Hex price has bottomed. This is actually written a couple of days ago when Hex was 4.36 cents. It's a little bit lower now, but I think the overall point remains. With the Hex price going up 41% all the way up to 4.91 cents, people are wondering whether or not the price of Hex has bottomed. Was the local low of 2.87 cents the bottom? Being that we've recently realized that, for now at least, crypto is tied to broader markets, broader markets meaning the stock market, real estate market, bond market. As to whether or not the local low of 2.8 cents is dependent on the Federal Reserve monetary policy, if they start going more dovish, it is a strong possibility that it's the bottom. But being that we don't know the next CPI, we don't know how inflation is going to be in the next couple of months, there's no way of knowing whether or not this is the bottom. And furthermore, I think a lot of people are using technical analysis to try and predict future price performance, and based on that, they can see where the bottom is. But I believe that this is extremely foolish. And the reason for that is that charts can only tell you past price performance. It cannot tell you the metrics that, one should look at when it comes to finding a good stock or crypto. It only tells you past performance, and past price performance is never indicative of future results. But even more so, in order for a bottom to print on the price charts, you need a price rise, because until then, it's just going sideways after a dump, and that looks like a bear flag. And the example is obviously the recent sentiment in the Hex community, right? Hex hit 2.8 cents. Everyone was calling for 1 penny, sub 1 penny prices. And then it had this massive run up. It had a nice 40% run up. And now the sentiment seems to have done a complete 180, and people are saying, oh, 2.8 cents was the bottom. So could the price go lower? I think that's dependent on interest rates. But the people that are timing the bottom, they're only going to see the bottom pattern when it's 40-50% higher. That's what people would call confirmation. Then you say, let's say I'm waiting for 7-cent confirmation. Does that mean that once it hits 7 cents, it's never going to go back down? There's always the possibility of going down. But basically the reason why people look for confirmation at higher prices is because a bigger correction is just less likely, just in general, because bigger corrections are less frequent than small ones. Here's the problem. So you're waiting for the higher price, you wait for 7 cents, you wait for 10 cents. That means you're buying at a premium of over 100%, meaning if you ape in on your confirmation position at, let's say, 7, 10 cents, whatever it is, you're going to have over 50% less Hex than had you just been dollar cost averaging. Generally, if you're waiting for that bottom, you're probably going to ape in at higher prices because that's what's indicative of bottom. Until then, it looks like a bear flag and everyone's going to call for lower prices. Then once it goes up, you're probably not going to have the patience to DCA. You might ape in on a small rip and then it goes down lower and then you're just devastated, or it just continues going up, but you're buying at a significant premium in comparison to the dollar cost average. It's not to say that, there isn't a possibility of getting in a better position timing the market, but just in general, if you believe that a crypto is going to go up over time, risking exposure to the asset, meaning not having any exposure and any benefit from price appreciation because you're waiting on the side, you really run the risk of getting left behind and having to buy considerably higher and therefore having considerably less returns in the bull market, which is essentially picking up pennies in front of freight trains. I'll read it to you. All things considered, it is fair to conclude that whether Hex has reached the bottom is yet to be determined, and by the time it's confirmed, prices will be considerably higher. However, it is important to remember that cryptos with good fundamentals, product market fit, and a strong community generally trend up over time. So it is for this reason I would argue that one should not be asking, has Hex bottomed? But rather, one should be asking, does Hex have what it takes to trend up over time? That's the question that you should be asking, in my opinion. Obviously, everything is here is opinion, not financial advice, and you have to do your own research on what you are going to invest in. That's up to you completely. So then I say the same way people are greedy during bull markets and refuse to take profits, people become greedy during bear markets and refuse to buy massive discounts. And given that Hex is down over 90% from its all-time highs, if you believe Hex will continue to trend up over time, waiting for a further correction as opposed to dollar cost averaging certainly seems to display greed and will likely leave you in a considerably smaller position in comparison to had you been dollar cost averaging throughout the duration of the bear market. Obviously, in my opinion, not financial advice. You have to do your own research and decide as to how you should buy or sell anything you invest in. It's completely up to you. But in my opinion, if you believe that it is going to make new all-time highs and continue to outperform the broader crypto market, given that it's down 90%, I think having zero exposure, whatever, just waiting on the sidelines with your cash is really playing a dangerous game. And I obviously, in my opinion, I don't think that's a good idea. I think dollar cost averaging is the safest and best assurance for a good position. In my opinion, not financial advice. Please do your own research, but please check out the article, give it a like, give it a comment, give this video a like, give this video a comment, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.